Heal to feel. Let's start this journey together.
I know all your schedule. So if sometimes I call you, there must be for the reason, for the certain reason. And I'm not going to take 1 hour of your time, maybe 2 minutes. And if you are going to tell me you don't even have 2 minutes for me, then that is a problem. Even president have 2 minutes for his wife and children. And you're not the president.
Cool.
You know, there must be a reason.
You know, MJ, your dad is keep nudging me.
We should start rolling because this is capturing the real shit right now. Amazing. Before we start, let's make sure that you want this collar open more. How many snaps? Do you want this?
No, اصلا برش گردون, turn it over and
this one shows
open
my-
some bottom and
Well,
show
this one
some
shows my
skin
bra.
and not like till this. Show some skin.
How
more.
about now?
Yes, all the way. You want me
Thank
to
you.
give you some lipstick?
Red is not my color. Thank you. It's my least favorite color.
My gloss I don't have. But if you wear light color, at least wear it
Thanks, babe.
effective one. I mean, strongly,
Appreciate
not
it.
light and at the same time.
It's a glimpse.
It's an effective.
You know, I work in cosmetic department for 30 years. And
Oh, that's wonderful.
yes, so
do I need it?
that's my specialty.
Okay. Welcome back to Heal to Feel, guys. Today we have another special, beautiful guest, Vida Javid. Welcome to our Heal to Feel. We're so honored to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Thank you for coming. And this is Shinka. Do you guys met?
Yes, I introduced
Shinka is a
myself.
psychic medium, and we had an earlier episode with Tommy, which is incredible. And now
Incredible.
we're moving on, and we had beautiful messages.
It's just such a blessing.
It is.
So oftentimes I want something for my mom, but much like myself, I kind of just like let it happen organically, kind of like without preparation, because she asks me a lot of questions and I'm like, just trust the process. So I'm going to jump in and tell you one of the things that you guys may or may not know from all the many conversations that we've had, but my dad passed in 2018, and then my khale and my dai passed right after, and those were my mom's older brothers and sisters. And obviously we're so blessed that we got my son, your grandson, but like
Best thing happened to all of us.
He is
Yes.
so cute. Oh,
Yes.
adorable.
Yes. I didn't know that having a grandson has such an effect. I mean, I didn't know. This is my first grandchild. And he's so nice and he's so wonderful and so lovely for us. I mean, it's the biggest thing happened in our family's life.
Shinka, I noticed there's souls coming
Yes,
through. She's
well,
going like
you know-
this. It's like ghost. What's going on? Who's here?
You know, as I've like told you guys before, when I start doing this, the door opens and a lot of energies come in. Your husband has been in the room prior to you
My
coming.
ex-husband.
My
ex-husband,
ex-husband,
yes.
your ex-husband who's passed, has been in the room, but I also have a female that walked in. As you said, your aunt passed. I feel it's your sister who's in the room. But I just want to make sure, because, you know, they don't talk to me like I'm talking to you. They give me signs. I feel the energy of a woman that has passed was ill for a while. And I do feel she has your blood in her. Can you give me your sister's name 3 times?
Mina, Mina, Mina.
My mom's name was Mina. So
Uh-huh.
that's very special name for me. Your sister is in the room. Did she leave 3 kids?
No,
Because she's acknowledging 3 children. Or were you 3 siblings?
only one.
Oh, she has a daughter, Natalie.
But she's talking about 3. Does your mom have more than 2? Because she's talking about 3. I'm saying, is it 3 siblings?
They were 3. It was Dai Mansur and
So that's what she's
Khalid,
acknowledging.
and her.
Okay.
And
She's
you.
But originally we are 5.
Then there are 2 others, Masood and Maki. So altogether there were 5, but they passed away.
yeah, I was going to say they're very far.
Yes.
So she's acknowledging 3 kids being close together, 3 siblings that are close together. Is there the other 2 you're speaking of? Are they have a different dad or mom, or is it all from the same parents?
Same parents.
Makio, Masood.
Same parents.
Something is different from them. I'm
so
not
what's
sure.
the point? Okay.
Because maybe I think it was a family secret, was it?
No, what is the point here? I don't.
The
Your sister gives me information. So the way the spirits work, they give information so you can understand who it is that's here. So the first thing I felt is I felt the energy comes in. They kind of take over my body. I felt a female, and she told me that she died from an illness that she had for a while. That's how she passed. And she told me she carries your blood. So when I said, "What's her name?" When you gave the name, she acknowledged me that this is your sister that's here. So they give me information to connect, to understand who really is here in the room, because they don't really speak with me as clearly as I'm speaking with you. They give me signs and I have to put it together. Right? So I'm just acknowledging that she's in the room.
it was kind of heartbreaking that when my khala was not well, that it was the time of COVID when you
Couldn't go see.
you were not allowed.
To visit.
And
Yeah.
it's very painful memory for us that we, who I love my khala so much, and my mom and her, they traveled everywhere together, and they, were best friends. So it's not just my mom lost her sister, but it was her older sister and it was her best friend, and they went on cruises, and all my
We
core
drove
memories.
all the way to Canada together. Of course, I
Vancouver.
drove. She doesn't drive.
Yeah.
No, she does. She never. She doesn't know how
Hawaii,
to drive. I drove.
Alaska.
Oh yes, several
Europe
times.
or Urupa با هم دیگه نرفتیم. Mexico. But anyway, it was like I have personally taken so many photos of my aunt and uncle and my mom on the beaches in the sand and all of our
Road to Hana.
Yes.
Oh, you did that one?
That
Road
8-hour
to
I'm
Hana.
scared
That's
to
a
do
bigger, different story.
8 hours.
We can write a book about it.
Yes.
Because at that time the road was not done
Yes.
at all.
Oh my God.
And oh my God, and the cows were
Yeah.
in the middle
Yes.
of the road because it was their
Yes.
place, and
It was a dirt path.
we were the only car, and it was full of eight of us, and it was such a long way, road to Hana.
Yes, long.
There are the T-shirts that it says "We survived Road to Hana." They made a T-shirt, yes, like really at that time. But now they
Now
asphalted.
it's more
They made
developed.
it.
Yeah.
They made it better and nicer, and it's a beautiful road and falls everywhere and surrounded with nature. Of course, is a most beautiful place in Oahu.
Hawaii.
Oh, no, but Hawaii, which
Maui,
island?
Maui.
And
yeah.
MJ, your aunt is communicating with me as you guys are talking, and she's telling me that don't worry, this is her way. so one of the things I feel like she's really acknowledging you, because she feels like you guys had a certain closeness that sometimes if you couldn't communicate with your mom, she would be your to-go person. Is that correct with what I'm
Yes,
feeling?
she was a lot more soft spoken than my mom.
Yeah. So
and their
she,
sisters. So
yeah.
it's like I got to see.
She definitely, what's beautiful about what I'm feeling is the connection that the siblings had together. Because I think more than siblings, I feel that their relationship was a friendship.
Yes.
And she's because energies is how I can get you. As beautiful as your mom is, she's a bit closed off to me. I don't know if she knows the concept of what this is, but your aunt is like directing me more, directing me to how to go about talking, because I don't know how to make it understand. But one thing is, can you give me your name 3 times?
Vida, Vida, Vida.
Your sister makes me feel that you've always been the heart of the party. That she walked behind your shadow, even though I feel her older. I feel your sister older than you,
Yes.
right? And she tells me that wherever you go, you're the one who takes over. And she lived life through you, because she makes me feel you're the main person that would, all these trips and everything is mainly you who would be the life of it. She tells me when she was passing, um, a woman came, I think her mother came. Did her mom die before her? She went with the help of her mom. Okay. Do you know if her last days was she in a hospital? Because I feel the room opening, closing, like people, but it wasn't. Uh, she says, even though I was alone, I wasn't alone, because I feel there were 2 nurses that really took care of her. And she's giving her gratitude because they felt her loneliness, but they spoke with her often. And she says that she's thanking them. Okay. Um, Sorry, I'm a little emotional right now. There is a particular person that um, is still grieving even till now for her. Okay.
All of us.
And but it's a particular. I'm asking if it's a female or male. Her energy goes and comes. Can you give her name again for me 3 times?
Khalamina, Khalamina, Khalamina.
And there is a particular. Did she have a child?
Yes.
Okay. Is it in her maybe late 30s?
When my khala had her baby
No, no. How old is her daughter?
in her 50s.
In her 50s? Then
No.
she's talking about 30s. I'm not sure what that means then, why she's giving me that. But she just wants you to please let her know that she's doing fine, and that there was a lot of tears. She's explaining to me too that a lot of people were in tears and hurtful that they couldn't say their goodbyes.
Yes.
But she wants to know that towards the end, she literally had like an outer body experience, and she knew everyone was with her. Um, she was scared. I have to be honest. With her going to the hospital, I feel some kind of um, a complication happened in the hospital with the breathing. It was something with the breathing, that she was very scared at that moment. But then with the visit of her mom, she took all the fear away.
Can I just say how painful it was for me? I carry a lot of pain about my khala because I she was too young. That's number one. She was never supposed to pass away. She was not in bad shape. It was one of those things where um maybe she couldn't live independently anymore, but it didn't mean like when the quality of life is cut shorter than the family members are prepared, like me, my mom, and Natalie, my cousin, I'm blocked off too. During that time, I was very blocked off to the pain because I felt so powerless that I knew when I would call that they were not going to allow us inside. So instead of like now, I think of it back hindsight and say, I would have wanted to just stand outside the building because I think I would have been able to have more emotionally processed it or have somebody say no to me to my face and I didn't try. So like I regret that I could have right now me and my mom, we could have just driven and stood outside. Would have been better than hanging up the phone and saying, okay, we're not allowed. It's COVID times. Like that's something that I feel that person could have been me because she's been passed now for 6 years, mommy.
I have
Well,
to check exact date.
your aunt makes me feel that I don't feel she died from COVID.
No, it was
She,
during the COVID
oh,
restrictions.
okay. Because I just wanted to clarify. She keeps telling me I didn't die from COVID.
No,
Right.
you're just saying during that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, okay.
The restrictions of
Of COVID, but she makes me feel that she had three things wrong, and I don't know if she got really worse the last 3 months, but I feel like something happened to an organ, but it then happened to another, and like another three things were came together that her passing happened. But she was very angry at when she was there, but she wasn't telling anyone because she also felt anger. I feel like she had a lot to say and she didn't get to say it. But where she is now, where they see things differently as we do if she was here. She says I wouldn't have it any other way because I wouldn't want anyone in danger. And she makes me feel that towards the end, she wished no one would see her that way.
I understand.
She
Because
wanted
you can't put your makeup on, you can't dye your roots,
and she
and you don't
tells me
recognize
those
that
things are.
person.
I feel it
the
was
worst thing
important to her.
that she was on wheelchair, because when you are on wheelchair,
Right.
we couldn't take her to my brother home
Yeah.
house that she spent time with us,
Yeah.
and maybe even one night only, but she couldn't because she was on the wheelchair. It was not even possible,
Right.
not even possible to take her one time for 4 lousy hours to my brother house, because once you're on wheelchair makes everything very much
Yeah, you need all the
difficult.
ramps and
I
you
mean,
need
you cannot walk.
And they just don't, the hospital's liability, they block you from being able to do things that you emotionally, you're like, wait, why can't I? This is her. Like, this is the most important thing.
But I just want to add up that can we put end to this conversation
Sure.
about my sister and whatever happened to her?
Sure.
I mean, we just talked about it, and
Yeah.
what has
Sure.
happened has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we're-
the main thing is she just wants to say that she's happy and healthy and pretty and she's watching you guys.
No, but she wasn't any of those at the end, not very end, at the last 3 years of her life. She wasn't happy and healthy
yeah,
and
but
any
I'm
of
saying
those
in the
things.
world now. Now she's saying
Oh,
over there.
Now now we don't know where now she's where we all go, huh?
Yeah.
Nobody knows where we go. But unfortunately that happened about her, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And
So I think what brings us here today is that I've met with Shinka Khanum Jun. I adore you. You've been such an instrumental part of my healing journey. You've brought things out of deep within my heart that I didn't understand or wasn't aware of. And, Mom, we just had a session with Tommy Tommy, you know, he lost his mom when he was 12. And one of the things that he was talking about was that when his mom was alive, she was working as a single mom to support him. So even when he was alive, he didn't get to experience the presence and the love of a mother.
Yeah.
You know, you're also the youngest of all of your older sisters and brothers.
Yes.
So you got to spend the least amount of time with your mom and dad than your older brothers and sisters because they obviously that. And then
No, I spent a very good quality of time with my mom. Like she was, because they were all older and I was the youngest and the baby one. So the baby stayed with the mom. So I spent all the time and I was the
Oh,
one
yeah.
and only at that time. You
Right.
know?
Right.
So for
That's
time, if we
true.
were going to shop, it was me and her, not my brother. He was even gone, you know?
Right. He was older, moved out, moved on.
So I spent a very
Quality
good
time.
quality time and the long one with my mom, and I was the one and only.
Yeah, you were like an only child.
I was treated like that. That is the advantage when you are younger,
Sure.
because the older go and the parents ends up with the last one. So you are going to be the one and only,
Sure.
despite the 4 or 5 or 6 that they had in past.
Sure.
MJ, I just do want to conclude with something because, you know, when the energy is talking to me, I can't disrespect the message. So I just want to conclude what she wants to say. And one of the thing is, I just want you to know, even though it was very painful to not be able to see people, but at the same time, she was happy where she is now because she says, and it's directly coming to you, she says that remember me the way I was, not the way I left.
Absolutely.
Because that's the advantage of not being able to see her. For her, in her eye, is she really didn't want to be seen that way. And something about going to the restroom really bothered her. I don't know if people had to help her.
Yes.
And she says that embarrassment, she was very embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
And that was a very painful part of her journey. And she, although at the time she was fearful, but she wants to say that at the end she was ready.
Right.
She wants to give that, especially the message for her daughter, because I mean it's a daughter. I feel a girl, right? She just wants to say that she's doing great. She's now happy the way she went because she wants you guys to have that memory of her. But she wants you to tell her daughter that she loves her very much.
She sure does. We know she loves her Natalie. And I will tell her.
Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for your sister?
No, I don't.
So I think the advantage and the whole point of like Tommy and me and you and this journey is that we want to connect with the things that we're not connecting with and like live like the best life that we can live today. So I think what I would like for you, Mom, is also to be able to process any of the feelings that you've ever had of loss or loneliness or questions or curiosity so that like we can enhance, improve, heighten the quality of our relationship and our precious time on this
Planet.
on this earth. Yeah. One of the things that I've learned is that I actually have to practice maximum patience with you. I'm never proud of my moments of being impatient with you. if we're on the phone.
You
and
shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't. Shouldn't.
You want to be proud too? You
No,
should
I'm
be
not proud of it,
sorry.
is the way you
Double
say it.
sorry. Not only that, proud too. No,
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
you are far away to be proud. So
Yeah.
no,
So,
because
well,
if
I'm
you
not
look
going to
at it
say I
that way,
feel
you can.
ashamed.
If you look at it that way, you can never correct yourself.
No, I'm not going to say I should be ashamed. I'm just saying
Yes.
I'm not ashamed.
Sometimes.
Okay, listen. I'm just going to tell you right now. For instance, when you call me, I answer. That's the number one thing. If someone else, they see a call from their family and they say, oh, this is going to take forever, hit ignore. I don't do that. I answer. You know, if it's 1 PM, we're on the phone, let's talk about it. But also cliff notes. We can't circle around the same topic 20 times for the sake of the respect for what we're doing. So, but what I have learned, being patient with you, and the reason is because you deserve that.
But you have to know that if I call you, it's for the reason. And I be fast, maybe a question only.
Oh,
but there is
sure.
a reason for it because I know your schedule. I know you work during the day. I know in the afternoon you are busy with Shams. I know you are evening, you just walked in the house and you are in the kitchen and you have certain thing to do. Maybe you are fixing dinner for Shams and you're busy with your hands and you cannot even hold the phone. I know all your schedule. So if sometimes I call you, there must be for the reason, for the certain reason. And I'm not going to take 1 hour of your time, maybe 2 minutes. And if you are going to tell me you don't even have 2 minutes for me, then that is a problem. Even president have 2 minutes for his wife and children. And you're not the president.
Cool.
You know, there must be a reason.
You know, MJ, your dad is keep nudging me.
Yeah, I bet.
He always comes through.
Yeah, he loves you more than Daddy. Do you love my mom more than you love me?
Let's
No,
see what he
what
has
does
to
he
say.
say?
Your father loved you more than everything and anything.
But he also loves you very much.
He loved me, yes. He was in love with me since I was 14 years old because he was a best friend of my brother. So he was coming to our house back and forth, and he was a best friend of my brother.
And they were
And
the
at
same
that
age.
time, they were like 15 years older than me. So I was just a teenager. But of course, he was in love with me. But of course, we were not ever talk about it. I was just a child going to school. But then he moved to United States from Iran, moved to America, to Washington, D.C. at that time. And then couple of times came to visit Iran back and forth for holiday for 1 month. And on his third trip to Iran, just for a month, he proposed again to me and to my mom about me, that still I'm waiting for Vida. Still, after all these things,
Oh.
I moved to America. I'm in another continent, this and that, but still I am in love with Vida. And not only that, waiting for Vida. And this time, I said, okay. Because always I
And
said
you
no.
moved to America with him?
Yes, we in Iran, and then
Yeah.
I said, okay, we got married there, and then got passport and everything, and came to, and we started in Washington, D.C. We were living there for 25 years.
خواستگار ولی your dad too. You didn't say he asked your mom and your dad.
Yes,
وقتی
of
که اومد
course.
Does he have
خواستگاری
messages
Yes.
for Vida?
Well,
Let's see.
Both of them, they are together.
first of all, he truly has been in love with you all his life, he says,
Yes.
and even till the end. And he does visit you often. I don't know if you feel him in this around you, but he visits you often, and he makes me feel that as much as he wanted to give you everything, but he often disappointed you.
Yes.
And he
A
said,
big
told you.
disappointment.
I told you he's gonna eat that up.
A huge disappointment. No, I'm joking. No, I
Oh.
mean, not the big disappointed.
Okay.
I'm joking.
You're
I like to
joking.
joke, of course.
Okay.
It's a laugh is the
Investment.
best medicine.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
It's true.
but I truly want to tell you that he has visited last time that I was with MJ too, but each time he says, even though sometimes you're really hard and you were very hard on him, but he never stopped loving you.
So from now on, when I take a shower, I make sure to have my robe on right away. My robe and my towels around my neck and everything.
Why? Let him enjoy.
Then no
That's
more,
right.
no more showers.
That's right.
I don't know what to do.
You don't know
Take
when
a
he's gonna
bath.
pop in and
Take a
visit.
bath. Oh my God. Lock the door.
Lock the door. You know how I'm 100% crystal clear about how real this is and true is that when my father was very close to the end, he wouldn't open his eyes when I would come and see him. But when my mom, oh my God, she was parking in the parking lot and closing the door, walking into the hospital, wasn't even in the room yet. And all of a sudden his eyes popped open, he was turning. And I was like, Jesus, Tommy was witness to this too. He saw, like, Tommy and I were like, holy shit, like what is going on? He has been in one position and God love him. His sweet body was very cold during the end, you know? So you didn't even expect him to open his eyes. He couldn't, he didn't have the strength. But for her, his eyes were open. He was turning his whole body. And because she was sitting on this side of the bed and I was always sitting over here by the window, I had smuggled in the dogs and the dog stroller that was really looked like it was a baby. I mean, wow, Dad. Like he really, really, really was
So the
obsessed.
nurses and doctors and other patients and the people who were coming to visit those patients, they would, when they found out I am his ex-wife
Yeah.
and got divorced many
Yeah.
years,
Oh,
many,
so you
many
guys
years
got
ago.
divorced and he was
they would
still in
s-
love with her?
Oh,
Yes.
no, not in
Yes.
love, but they said,
Yes.
you are his ex-wife and you are still visiting him
Well, of course.
muratab,
Regularly.
regularly. Our wives, our present wives,
they
doesn't
don't.
visit us. And when they do, they stay 5-10 minutes and then they leave. And you are his ex and you come and visit him
After-
regularly and stay couple of hours, not even less than 2 hours.
And also
because
after a long day of
if I
standing
go
on
there
your feet.
5 minutes, what is 5 minutes, 10 minutes? If you go and visit him, stay with him and spend some time with him and talk to him or whatever. So they were really surprised, all of them, and they were telling each other, you see here, it's his
His
ex-wife and coming and visit
But you
him.
know what your ex-husband makes me feel though? He says even though you were divorced, in his eyes you were always his wife.
We had a friendly relationship, and when I was traveling to Europe, when I came to
Oh,
LA,
yeah.
LAX, the first person who was receiving me was him, to give me ride,
Aw.
and also to take me. Then he got sick. I mean, he got sick, and for 4 years he couldn't drink even a water. He couldn't eat and not even drinking, not even with the sponge.
Yes.
I mean, 4 years, but
Wow.
he had
God bless
IV,
him.
and anytime I ask him, "Are you hungry?" Because it's been 4 years you are not eating anything. He said, "No, I'm not hungry," because all the vitamin, all the protein, everything was transferred to him by that IV. So he said, "No, I'm not hungry or thirsty at all," and that's amazing.
Crazy. That's
amazing.
really crazy.
But that is
he would
really
never-
hard that he couldn't eat, he would choke on it. So I mean, I don't know how that happened. I mean, all the doctors, all the pills and all these things.
Yeah,
We
so
really
when you
don't
come-
know how that happened.
If someone were to walk into the hospital or in to visit him, or if there was ever, sometimes he had a room, a private room, and then sometimes you'd come and visit him and there would be another person or a different room change or something. And I'd be like, he's if someone might have brought in a coffee for themselves, right? And I'd be like, get that out of here. I don't want my dad to smell, like Taddy or something.
Yeah.
If you can't eat the Persian, if he can't eat it, I don't want him to smell
he
it.
didn't
And
have
nobody
a
else can eat
craving
it.
for that
he didn't.
either. He wouldn't
never
ask.
did.
He wouldn't
didn't.
ever ask, for instance, bring kebab, chicken
Yeah.
kebab. I just look at it or smell it. No,
Didn't even want it.
He
No
wouldn't,
appetite.
he wouldn't
he
say
never
it.
asked
he
for
wouldn't,
it.
That's so
At least
interesting.
he wouldn't say it to us.
But that's very
No, he's saying that
bad.
I literally didn't want to eat.
That's amazing, insane. But that's
Like
painful.
I think it got
What's
to
his
a
favorite
point.
thing?
It got to a point that he didn't even have that craving for
Right.
it.
No.
You know,
The
he didn't have
doctors-
that.
The doctors and nurses would tell us that because the way that they are getting the nutrition to his body, that was succeeding in designing that they don't have craving. I didn't believe it. I thought, how is that possible? Nobody enjoyed cooking and eating as much as my dad. He was the best cook. If he saw
Was he famous for his barbecue?
he's famous, kebab and anything. If we
Tommy
would,
also, Tommy
Yeah.
is a cook.
I was just thinking, wow, you guys had men that were cooks.
Yes,
Both of
Tommy is
you.
a cook. He
Yeah.
cooked for himself.
Yeah.
Mostly breakfast or like scrambled egg or French toast or stuff
I'm
like,
like that with
But
you.
the
Yeah. I don't know
main
how to
thing
cook.
he cooked for himself.
Any other questions for Shinka before we wrap it up, MJ?
Okay. So I will out myself and I will say that when we met Shinka June the first time, she said, be patient with your mom and practice that extra thing. And it made me think, like, since then, you have said, and you and I have had so much more harmony. And you've said you want to come visit and spend more nights here, and you'll alternate between there and here. So she has been instrumental in ways that you can measure and name specific examples of how you and I have improved our ability to express love to each other in ways that we weren't
So your
before.
new change, I owe it to her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have to thank her.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Her new
pleasure.
change, complete change, I owe it to you.
Yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
can I tell you something? You have a beautiful hearted daughter that she loves you very much. And one of the things that she needs is sometimes she might, if I'm wrong, God forgive me, you forgive me. Sometimes she just needs to know that she's okay in your eyes, meaning she needs to know that you're proud of her. She needs to know that she has to work really hard in her mind. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. But I feel like to please you, it's a little bit hard for her. Because
Yes. No
We can-
answer?
I think we can improve. Me and you can both
Don't
together.
say we. Don't include me. It's all you.
Just answer the question. Do you find it that you think you have to work really hard to please your mom? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Go
And
ahead.
and I'd like to improve our communication so that we can say more from the heart things that we need to, so that we can. That's how I think we can fix and improve.
this takes me back with our session that we just had with your husband. Sometimes when you want to say something, I think your mom's energy is very powerful, beautiful. It's a mom that wants to protect you, like all the things that even when we started the podcast, for your shirt, for all of that, she wants to see you at your best, right? But it's a little bit hard because like your words, like you want to speak, but it gets stuck
Yes.
here, right?
Right.
And you've learned that throughout your life, because they take me back to when you were 16, 15, that you in your because you know you have your husband and you know your husband loves you so much, I want you to remember these moments, because sometimes he feels like his word gets cut here, can't be said. And when we can't control different things, we go on to controlling what we know we can. And that's your husband for you. Okay. But just, I don't know if you're grasping what I'm trying to say, but
Yeah.
it's more
It's
like,
important, like if I want to answer the question, she's like, just answer the question. Sometimes the way that hesitation, that it does feel like I'm being strangled in my voice, and it's like, I don't fucking want that. I want to unblock that. And wherever it's coming from, right? If it's coming from 16 or 15 or something I learned along the way, like, it's very freeing to stop doing that. And like, I also, mom, you also, I do that to you too. Like the things that I've learned, the habits that I want to change, I'll do that to you, because like then I withhold love from my mom because I'm so on defense, right? So I withhold being able to express. And the way that we can change the trajectory and improve is that one day when we're not here anymore, I can have more regret or less regret because I gave the love instead of withheld the love, because I wasn't so hung up in being like attacked. I could just say it, get used to being free, say your words, fucking spit them out.
Yeah, just
You
say
know?
it, because that's how you
Fucking
get sick
spit it
too.
out.
But you
Yeah.
know, first, before anything, any of those things, you have to believe in person. Do you believe in me? Do you believe in mother, in your mother, which is me? Do you believe in me?
I don't believe in the
If
part
you
of you
don't
that's
believe in
obsessed.
me,
But what do you
with
mean by
whatever-
believe in you?
Right.
What do you mean
She
by that?
wants
Okay,
me to
I
follow her
tell you,
instructions.
what,
she
when you
means.
don't believe in person,
Right?
whatever she says, whatever advice she says, she gives you, even though it's for 100% for your own benefit, you still, for your own benefit, 100%, you still don't listen to it and you ignore it and you put it and throw it away. Because if you don't believe in your that person, it can be your mother, it can be your sister, it can be your teacher, it can be your brother, whatever. In this case, it's me. And she doesn't believe in me. And
may I say
yes,
something?
for instance,
Yeah. No,
right
we
now,
don't need
if
an
you
example.
compare the color of her hand to her face, if she holds her hand to her face, you see how many shades her hands
But why
is
did?
lighter.
Who cares? Does that matter in the long run?
It's not. Yeah,
It does matter to me.
It
But
matters.
why? What
Okay, I
matters is
tell you
love.
why.
When you're not here anymore,
Exactly.
does that matter?
No,
Look is very important,
To
especially
you.
when you are in front of
Exactly.
camera.
It doesn't matter.
So
This
would-
show is about healing people from the
No,
inside.
to me, once if you are not in front of camera, okay.
But listen, that's okay.
You are at the
That's-
privacy
but
of your
that's
home, okay.
But I think that's your belief. Her belief might be different. Doesn't necessarily mean one's right, one's wrong.
yeah. Would you
right?
rather, if you look back on today, like let's say tomorrow we're looking back on today, would you rather look back on today and say, انقدر ما با هم دیگه خندیدیم،
Translate.
انقدر کیف
Say it in
کردیم.
English.
I'm about to, but I'm saying it to you because I
I
care
don't
about you.
understand English.
We don't have انقدر کیف کردیم. So we had such a good time. We had so many laughs. Would you rather we look back and say we laughed so much today?
Today?
Would you rather look back on today
Uh-huh.
and
Is your
say,
question.
wow, we laughed so much today? Or would you rather look back and we didn't laugh at all, but I looked really cute with red
What
lipstick
can
on?
we have both?
No, I'm giving you a choice. The question is,
Okay,
which one?
then
Because
look.
that's your point.
My point is,
Then
when
look,
we die,
you got my
we
answer.
think of
You have a-
how did that person make me feel?
That's right.
How did they make me feel? Good, loved, happy, confident, or always finding the things that are wrong?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not wrong. I'm just saying let's all put focus. You guys are beautiful, mother, daughter. You have a beautiful grandson. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Enjoy the happy parts of love because she loves you so much and you love her. And Tommy
Yes, of
too.
course.
Yeah. So
I have only
MJ,
one daughter,
this is
nobody
what I
else.
want to. This is what I want to put in there, and I'm going to put my last thought in here.
Yeah.
Your father, by the way, has not left the room. I just want you to know that. Sometimes we try so hard to please our loved ones that it literally becomes a broken record, okay? Because one thing we have to know, we can never change anyone. What we can do is change ourselves towards the way they are with us, okay? I loved and love my mom. I lost her 3 years ago. But towards the end of her life, she wasn't my mom anymore, honestly. She was my child. So I had to wash her, I had to bathe her, I had to take care of her. But my whole life, my struggle was my mom, because I could never be good enough in her eyes. Everything, I've always had a weight issue. And my mom always, it made me feel that I'm not good enough because of my weight, because she saw the perception of society, right? Just examples, little examples. But she was the world to me, but she was the most negative energy for me because all I would hear was put downs, right? One time I went to a therapist for work. Work made me go to this therapist for a work issue. But all I did was talk about my mom. And even the therapist would say, you know, all your problems is you just sit here talk about your mom. And she turned back. She was this Asian doctor, very cold. And to be honest with you, when I think of therapy, I want warm, I want loving. So she was not that. And one day she turned back and said to me, why can't you just accept it? She doesn't love you. When she said this to me, I have never cried the way I don't even think when she passed away, I cried the way I cried leaving that doctor. And in my heart, first I turned back and I said, what kind of a doctor would say this to me, right? Sat in the car as I was crying. Something just went boom. The light went on. It wasn't that my mom didn't love me, but she loved me the best way she knew how. That was her love. Something triggered in me, and I realized that I can't have that Brady Bunch mom, which when that was the thing I always wanted, right?
Such a good mom.
This
Cheryl.
was
Yeah.
my mom learned that and she gave it back to me that way, right? God is my witness. My relationship with my mom became beautiful after that because I stopped looking for the mom I was imagining. I accepted her as who she was.
No, let me
And I
tell you
took-
something. I can say something here that your mom, I can understand your mom. She looked at you and she saw my daughter. She's beautiful. She's beautiful, but she has this weakness of the extra weight. Why she doesn't get rid of it to be perfect? Because she looked at you and she said, my daughter is good and healthy and beautiful, but she can be perfect, from good to perfect. And she wanted you be perfect. And she knew that to become perfect is in your hand. The power is in your hand. It's not like you don't need a miracle or something. And that's why she was telling you, because you are tall, you are everything beautiful and that. So that you cannot.
You're
that is
100%
yes.
right.
And it's the same thing with Mercedes. Mercedes is beautiful, okay? She's beautiful. And, but I don't want her with a little bit wrong makeup or wrong color of the makeup or foundation. you know,
But what will
but,
happen?
but may I please?
no, I mean
may
that
tell you
I'm a
something?
mother. Well,
That's
I'm
your
explaining
opinion.
to you,
No,
and then you
but
ask
may
what
I tell
happened.
you
This
something?
happened, and nothing happened. But I'm not going to be happy with it. I mean, when I arrived today, the minute I look at her skin, it was too yellow and too dark, and I told myself,
But
"What
do you
kind
know
of
what my
foundation
mom?
is that?"
But can I tell
And you
you
know how
something?
much makeup she has? As much as Sephora. As
Okay.
much as Sephora, she has makeup.
Right.
No, that as a mother makes me upset. That
Wow.
makes me
But do you
very
know
upset.
what my mom
Why
missed?
her mom, all the time, months after months, years after years, is telling her what makeup to do.
By the way,
and she
my
doesn't
mom
listen.
is one of those moms
Come on.
that
The
says
makeup artist.
this
That's
could
why.
be black.
You know?
No, but she's also the like. Why didn't
I
you
don't
wear
like her
black? It
complexion.
would make you like.
I mean,
if
look
you
at
knew.
her complexion. This is why. Do you like her to put dark makeup? I mean,
So listen, Mom.
she
Best
doesn't
it.
go to her
I know.
skin.
But do you know what my mom missed? Do you know what my mom missed? And let me tell you, I am going to say this in Farsi, but I'll translate.
Okay.
یه موی مامانمو به دنیا نمیدم. Like I wouldn't change one piece of her hair to the world. But what my mom missed, and I'm sorry I'm becoming emotional because I miss my mom, is that what she did to me, the way she said it, what she was saying was correct. But the way she said it took away all the self-confidence that I
that
had.
is another thing. That is very. Everybody
main
has
thing.
its own way. This is the way I explain myself. This is the way I talk, huh? Today I'm here in front of this microphone, and this is the way I explain myself. And that is the way you do. That is the way she does.
Maybe
that
I
is
like my
So you
foundation,
speak
and you don't.
softly and
But
more.
what happens if it's hurting her?
It's
So,
I like
but,
exactly.
What happens if the way
Everybody
you're
has a
speaking?
special way.
I
You
understand
cannot
that.
change people.
She
You
doesn't
cannot
care.
say,
That's what I said.
wish
She
doesn't care
Vida,
about her
Susan
delivery.
mom
Vida,
talk
She doesn't
like
care
my
about
mom.
her-
I mean,
Vida.
that is the wrongest thing.
Vida.
And that's your problem, not your mom. That is your
No,
problem.
I disagree.
No, man.
If I'm your daughter and I tell you, Mom, you're right, everyone should be the way they are, right? But if I tell you, you're hurting me, it feels like you're just saying, you're wrong, you're bad. You're not saying that, but that's how it feels in my heart. Then if you're hurting your child, maybe there's another way to say it. I'm not saying change who you are, but if certain things are hurting her, then she's saying, say it in a different way so she can go to, you know what, Mom? You're right. You have a good eye. You're right.
She doesn't for a long time.
But also, Shinka Khanum Jun is saying, who cares what you let go of your mother's issue and learn to figure out. I have
Was
to
your
figure
mom
out-
like that? To you?
No.
I was told that my mom, yeah,
No.
your mom was nice to you.
Was nice to me. I was doing things nicely. I was doing everything nicely. So
But
there was no.
let's be
if
clear.
there was some point, of course,
This will
she
be
would
years of
bring
therapy.
it to me.
Let's be clear.
If
Let's
there was
be clear.
necessary, of course, she would bring it to me. We are very outspoken family. But you know, when Mercedes, like in our case, Mercedes is a adult, grown-up woman.
Really.
And when you say something
You have to
to
step
your
in.
child, to your daughter, for son, 100 times, and that person doesn't listen, what that make you feel?
It
Now
means-
she has Shams, her son.
This is-
if
this
she
can take
says
10 more
something to
minutes, so-
Shams, for instance,
It's-
tell Shams,
it doesn't matter.
don't eat ice
We've
cream.
reached our limit.
If she
of-
doesn't
we're
listen
not
to
talking about ice cream, and we're not talking about Shams.
Oh, okay.
I have to say something. At the end of the day, we thank you for being here.
oh, thank you.
We're working on it. Okay.
Merci.
And merci. And
She's so lovely.
she's so lovely.
Khodafez.
I'm so glad that you
And
guys.
Khodafez,
met.
yes. And she knows Farsi too.
I know some Farsi words, yeah.
Yeah, we're at the end of the day, you're always going to like a completely different shade of foundation than is going to be my favorite shade. So the sooner that we accept that of each other, your favorite color is always going to be red and mine's always going to be nude for lips.
Vida, one experiment for 1 week. Can I ask you, my new friend, Vida Jun?
Yes.
1 week.
When we go to lunch.
1 week. I want you to practice this. 1 week. Don't say just let her. You don't like the shade? Don't say anything. You don't like this? Rather, I love you. Hi, pretty. Then all of a sudden,
We
when
don't
you do
live
say,
together. Sometimes I don't see her for
okay,
1 month.
you guys are going to talk every day this week and not one criticism from you or
Okay.
you.
I do
Just
that.
loving words 1 week, come back
I
to us
do
and
that
report.
high
just
five.
because of you.
Give me a
Okay,
high
my
five.
new best friend.
Give me a high five.
High five.
Okay, I
And now
love you,
hold my
Vida.
hand.
Thank you for
High
joining
five.
us.
Okay, high five. Hala injuri.
That's your pact.
love
I
you.
want to hear it. And Shams is telling us.
And tell Mercedes to be nice to me too.
Okay, both. You're
Okay.
not allowed
I
to
will
say
be.
one
I'm right here. You can tell
negative
me.
thing to each other. And if you don't like what they're wearing, you're not allowed to say it.
Amen.
Just hi.
And if that doesn't happen, we come right
You're
here
in
front
trouble.
of
I
this
smack you. Smack you in
microphone.
the-
I can smell a part 2 coming
Okay,
sometime.
I love you guys. Vida will be back to
We
report.
haven't started yet.
Okay.
Are you
Hey.
kidding?
Starting
we
now.
haven't started yet.
Starting now. We love you guys.
It was
Thank
mostly
you for
about
Shinka
my
Khanjun, I love
sister
you so
and
much.
I love
Shams, and
you.
it was not. We haven't even started.
part like we're gonna have like 20 parts with Vida.
This was the prelude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining
This
us,
is going
and
to
we'll
be
see you next
sequel.
time.
Bye.
Sequel.
Yeah.
Chodafis. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this week's episode of Heal to Feel. You can write in and ask your questions on our show's IG page at H2F Pod, and we'll address your questions on next week's episode. If this episode helped you, we would love for you to share it with your friends and family. Share the fun with all those that can benefit from a good laugh or cry with us. Please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we would greatly appreciate you.